Hi traders, you're welcome to my video on the NAS100 Trading Strategy. This is a step-by-step framework designed to help you trade the Nasdaq 100 index with precision and confidence. All right, we're just going to be breaking down how to read the market, how to identify high probability setups, and execute trades with structure. Okay, now basically the NAS100, which is the Nasdaq 100 index, tracks the performance of 100 of the largest non-financial companies in the US. So it is known for its volatility and sharp movements, okay, making it a favorite among day traders and swing traders. Because of its fast pace, a structured strategy is essential for success. Now, you need to start by analyzing higher time frames like the 4-hour or even the daily chart to determine the market's overall trend. In this particular situation, we can see that the overall trend is obviously bullish. Nasdaq has been bullish for a long while, right? So we can see that the overall trend is bullish. Okay. Now, once you have identified the overall trend, the next thing for you to do is to mark significant support and resistance levels. All right, so support and resistance levels are, the areas where price have gotten to, tested and gotten rejected. So you have to mark those important levels on your chart, those levels where price got to and got rejected. Okay, you mark those support and resistance levels, you mark your liquidity zones and areas of previous strong reactions. So these levels will guide your trade setups. Okay, once you have established the bigger picture, you can then drop down to the 5-minute or 15-minute chart. Okay, depending on your trading style. You can decide to use 15-minute or 5-minute charts to look for refined entries while keeping your trades aligned with the higher time frame bias. Okay, so strong NAS100 setups often begin with a clear momentum shift or a break of market structure. You have to watch for liquidity grabs, which is, or which are areas where price sweeps above or below key levels before reversing. So watch out for liquidity grabs. They occur quite often. All right. For example, you can see this particular zone. And this is a zone where price was rejected multiple times. You can see rejections here. Price kind of fluctuated around this zone, broke up, broke down, and all of that, but it still got rejected here. And this one was kind of very close to it. So let's just consider that part of the zone. Got rejected here again. And then if you look at what happened here, how price dropped below it, and those that might have set their stop losses, maybe you entered a buy trade around here because of all these previous rejections, it would have gotten those that entered buy trades here would have gotten stopped out if they set their stop loss around here. So sometimes you might see liquidity sweeps like this. It's important to pay attention to such things, not just jump into a trade without confirmation. So basically, you watch for liquidity grabs like this. These are often institutional moves. You combine this with confirmation signals like long rejection wicks. Let's see if we can find rejection wick around here. Okay, so you can see that here we had a rejection wick. Can you see that here? We had a rejection wick. After price already dropped below this zone, you can see this rejection wick showing that the bulls are kind of getting back into the market. And then you can see that price came and tested here again and then we had a bullish engulfing. You can see these are just signs, these are little signs you should be looking out for. So after the liquidity sweep, we then had a rejection wick here, we had a bullish engulfing here, showing that the buyers are getting back into the market. Now, for the fact that our overall trend, remember that you start your analysis from the higher time frame. And from the higher time frame, we can see that our overall trend is a bullish trend, right? You can see our overall trend is a bullish trend. So unless if the trend changes, you should only be interested in buy setups. So now, after this liquidity grab occurred, and then we started seeing bullish candlestick patterns, is a sign that we can proceed with entering a buy trade. All right, it's a sign that we can proceed with entering a buy trade. So once you get a good confirmation such as that engulfing, you can enter your buy trade, and then your stop loss can be below that liquidity grab zone, or rather below that candlestick pattern. Okay. um when entering a trade, make sure that it's in the direction of the higher time frame trend. Your stop loss should be just beyond the liquidity grab or the structure point. Then for your targets, you can aim for the next key level. All right, so we can actually aim for this. This is a bullish trend, so we can aim for this because we should be expecting price to get to that zone so long as the trend remains valid. So you can see that we actually had the price get to that zone around here. Okay. Avoid guessing your exits. Use predefined rules so every trader has a clear plan. Okay. Nasdaq 100 moves best during high volume periods, especially during the New York session and the London New York overlap. So these are times that produce strong directional moves with cleaner setups. You want to avoid low volume hours where price action can become choppy and unpredictable. So by combining higher time frame analysis, precision entries on lower time frames, liquidity concepts, and strict risk control, you can create a repeatable NAS100 trading plan. All right, the goal is not to trade every move, but to wait for high quality setups that meet all your conditions. Okay, so that is the complete NAS100 trading strategy. Apply it to your charts, practice consistently, and refine it over time. If you found this helpful, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another trading breakdown. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Happy trading.